Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about Karen Huger, the Grand Dame, or better known as Inmate 972 5530 of Montgomery County. Oh, God, my God, today, Karen. Oh, Karen. This is according to realityblurb.com. So RHOP star Karen Huger is denied work release amid 1 year jail sentence. Find out when she's due to be released. Karen Huger has been denied work release amid her 1 year DUI sentence after becoming eligible for a transfer to a facility aimed at rehabilitation and treatment. The 61-year-old Real Housewives of Potomac cast member submitted an application that corrections officials approved, but Judge Terrence McGann, 75, denied.
Denied.
Maybe he said denied. He said access denied, baby. You got to stay where you at.
Denied.
And so clank clank, clank clank.
She drew the wrong judge, Montgomery County defense attorney David Moisey told the Washington Post on April the 18th. It was just horrible luck. While work release is generally approved for non-problematic inmates, Judge McGann is known for tough sentences and issued a disapproval of transfer to Karen. I love Judge McGann, and as a resident of Montgomery County, I am happy he's a judge, David said. But I'm even happier if my clients never end up in front of him. Baby. According to Karen's attorneys, David Martella, treatment programs are available to Karen in jail, but a transfer to the Montgomery County Pre-Release Center would have allowed her more access to getting help. It's a great program, he said. We were disappointed she wasn't approved. If Karen had been transferred, she would have been able to use a computer to find a job nearby. What y'all think, Karen? Y'all really think Karen about to go get a job? Where would Karen girl, do y'all see Karen putting on her tennis shoes and a t-shirt, girl, going to work at the local Piggly Wiggly? I mean, Katie Ross got a job at the grocery store. You think Karen going to get a job at the grocery store? What kind of job will be available to someone who, I'm just going to assume, who was bringing in annually $1 million plus salary? I guess a girl got to do what a girl got to do if she want to get out, right? What did I start? What did I stop on? Okay. Uh, okay, as long as there was no alcohol being served and nothing was being recorded, this would, of course, mean the filming RHOP season 10 would have not been an option. So she would have gotten out of, she would have been released to the program. She wouldn't have been able to even film for the show because that can't be recorded. So Karen would have been at Harris Teeter. Ain't this Harris Teeter? Ain't that the grocery store in DC? Come on, Harris Teeter. She would have been Harris Teeter. Girl, can you imagine going to the grocery store and saying, Karen Huger, talking about how can I help you? Or I guess at the local library, telling Karen, can you help me find this book? Oh, hey, Karen. Right. She would have also been on a strict schedule and required to attend Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous meetings and other classes. Anyone who is really looking to make a change will do well here. Head of Ivan Downing, head of community corrections for the county, shared. As RHOP fans will recall, Giselle Bryant, 54, revealed at the season 9 reunion that Karen had allegedly been offered a plea deal that would have seen her sentenced to house arrest before she opted to go in front of a judge. In the end, Karen's passed 4 DUI cases. In the end, Karen's past 4 DUI cases came back to bite her as she was sentenced to 12 months behind bars and at least 3 years of supervised probation. Although some might consider the judge's denial of Karen's request to be unreasonable, That isn't the case when it comes to repeat drunk driving offenders. Girl, let me say something. You know, I'm gonna speak for a lot of people, not everybody, of course. Karen had that was Karen's fourth alcohol related offense. Her receiving a year in jail, that's nice. It's not like it was her first one. If it was her first one, and as long as nobody got hurt, of course, um, then I think a lot of people would have been like, well, maybe Karen is going through something. This is her first one. Who just gets a DUI at 61 years old or 60 years old, however old she was when she got the fourth alcohol related offense. I think a lot of people would have tried to give Karen some grace. I do think that when people found out that Karen had three prior alcohol related offenses, I think that most people just closed the door on Karen. I really do.
Do we care? No. I'm supposed to feel sorry for that bitch. I don't.
And they said, girl, you got to go. And when you factor in Karen is old enough to be our mama and and grandparent, girl, right? Girl, I know that girl Karen is too old at her big age not to know any better. But because Karen has been able to get away with doing what she's been doing for a very long time, Karen thought that she was going to step foot in that courtroom and the judge was going to be like the past judges. And girl, he gagged Karen. I say he was reading Karen boots. Girl, I said, but he was wearing, baby, he was reading Karen, girl, Atlanta Potomac style. Girl. Anyways, just looking at all the facts of this case, said Stacey D. Stewart, chief executive of Mothers Against Drunk Driving. I think the judge was trying to send a message that this person's behavior needed to change. I think so too. Although Karen won't be transferred and will be unable to work amid her sentence, she will continue to accumulate good behavior credits and is expected to be released from jail in November. So she may be getting out of jail early for good behavior based off of what the people said. I mean, at this point, it is what it is. Um, you know, when did she go to jail? 2 months ago? When was that? February? February, March? Wait, March? February? Right. So November? Yeah. What's that? February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Like 9 months? Is it like 9 months? Girl, it's not 8, 9 months, something like that. Not the full year. So if Karen gets out, Karen gets out. Do you think that once she gets out, let me ask y'all a question. Do you think that once she gets out, um, she'll return to Potomac? I'm sure it won't be season 10. Clearly, it won't be season 10. But do you think she'll be returning to season 11, Potomac? I see them allowing her to return. I think I just want to know if Karen really is going to change. Like, Karen is a woman of a particular age. She got swept up into this whole housewife world, right? And for the most part, the older that we get, we start to become set in our ways. Do you think that Karen, with this experience and her being an inmate, do you think that she'll get out and have a completely different outlook and tell the truth? Because for a long time, even me, I have to admit, I didn't, I don't, believe it or not, I don't like to go around here just calling people names. Not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't want to be called. I didn't really want to get on the internet calling that lady an alcoholic, right? Because I personally don't think that just because you get one DUI, that makes you an alcoholic. You don't know what people are going through. Somebody, mama could have just died, a child could have died. They could be stressed out about life, and then they just made a mistake and got drunk and got behind the wheel of a car, right? But then when you take into account that girl, she had three other ones outside of the last one she had, it's kind of like, ooh, girl. And then when you take into account that even Thank God nobody died, but you hit a tree, your car caught on fire, you not only knocked over one, but two residential signs. You were driving like a bat out of hell through a residential neighborhood, and you still woke up the next day and was like, I don't have an issue. I don't have a problem. Even if the cops would have never gotten involved and Karen would have gotten away, Karen running her car into a tree, her car catching on fire. You see what I'm saying? All the other things outside of, you know what I'm saying? Outside of the cops being involved, her going before a judge, that should have been enough right there for Karen to realize, girl, you're going to have to get it together. But Karen still said, I ain't got no problem, baby. I'm good. It is what it is. Shout out to Karen. Maybe we'll see Karen season 11. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I need to go take some shoes back to the mall. Tonight, what's the hell for name? King is supposed to be going either live or pre-record. I hope it's a pre-record, honestly. Confessionals. So we'll probably be going live either tomorrow, probably tomorrow, to talk about that. All right. I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Bye, y'all.
Denied.